नारायण नारायण भज मन नारायण 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 भज मन नारायण केशव माधव नारायण भज मन नारायण केशव माधव नारायण भज मन नारायण मुरली श्याम मोहन श्याम मुरली मोहन श्याम मुरली श्याम मोहन श्याम मुरली मोहन श्याम मेरे राम मेरे घर श्याम. Om Sai Ram. My name is Jyoti Behal. I'm a devotee of Baba. And today I would like to share a few of my experiences with Shirdi Sai Baba and how he transformed my life completely. And he blessed and graced me with his singing his bhajans and chants and gave me a purpose to live. नारायण नारायण भज मन नारायण केशव माधव नारायण भज मन नारायण. Since childhood, the spiritual thing was inside me. I used to get very attracted towards the ringing of bells in the temple, and I used to visit Shiv temple a lot. And that inclination started by visiting Shiv Baba's temple, and it increased day by day. And I felt that kind of closeness to a Shiv Baba. I used to call him Shiv Baba. I used to sing his Aarti, Shiv Chalisa. I used to do, and I never used to take my breakfast before completing my Aarti and bhajans. Like, it was my daily routine. So it became very intense, and after some time, I felt that it is going at peak. And then, like when I got married, I felt that my uh, desire to see his vision was increasing day by day. And when it was very high, I started searching the experiences of the devotees who have visions of Shiv Baba. So when once I was sitting and searching online, suddenly this thing flashed up that Baba is Shiva of Kali Yuga, and that had such a great impact on me that I started visiting Lodi Road Temple. After that, it was all Baba's play, divine play. So. I'm very staying very close to Lodi Road Temple, but never had a desire to visit Lodi Road Temple. But after this incident, suddenly the change came in within me, and I started visiting Baba's Mandir and started listening to the Aratis. It used to fascinate me a lot. The Aratis in Marathi. At that time, I didn't know the meanings of it, but I felt some connection at that time. दयावान है साईं देवा, हम सब है नादान, कर दो अपने भक्तों का बाबा तुम कल्याण, कर दो अपने भक्तों का साईं तुम कल्याण, प्यार लुटाते हैं भक्तों पर, प्यार लुटाते हैं भक्तों पर, आके साईं भरपूर आएंगे जरूर बाबा, आएंगे जरूर, आएंगे जरूर बाबा, आएंगे जरूर. In my mid-20s, I was going through a very bad phase. I was going through some emotional trauma, and it was somehow affecting my health. And for 6 years, I had gone through this problem, and I started taking antidepressants. When I started taking antidepressant, I started visiting the psychiatrist, and during that time, within 1 month, something inside me told me that you don't need to take it anymore and just throw these medicines. And it was so strong, that voice was so strong, that I left those medicines. And because Baba was already there in my life, and some devotee of Baba told me to read Sri Sai Satcharitra and do Parayan for 7 days. And I told Baba that, Baba, I want to get rid of this problem, and you please help me. And Baba motivated me to read Sri Sai Satcharitra, and within 7 days, I was able to do Sri Sai Satcharitra Parayan. And after completing that, immediately after completing that, I felt a change, a drastic change in me. And then my life took a very different turn. I became mentally, emotionally, in every way. I became very strong. And then the new chapter of my life started after Sri Sai Satcharitra, after reading Sri Sai Satcharitra. And there I realized that how important it is for every devotee to read Sri Sai Satcharitra, because it's not only the holy book, it's actually Baba. शिरडी में रह कर भी तेरा कड़ कड़ भी वास है, कोई पास हो कि दूर हो, तू सबके पास है, हर प्राणी में तेरी ममता है, तुझ में रब जैसी क्षमता है, तू अपने ऊपर ले ले। As Baba knows, he knows everything about our lives. So after my marriage, I had already done a French language course, and he knew which is the right time when I'm going to work. And during this, like after my depression problem, like my friend, one of my friend who did this course with me, he met me after a few years, and he told me that, why you're sitting at home, go and do something. And then Baba again showed me the direction, and I started giving the interviews. And one of the best school, one of the renowned school, I got admission in that, like I got a job there. And without any experience, I hardly had any experience in French language. And somehow this principal was so much impressed by the interview, that she asked me to join as early as possible. So it was all Baba's grace. Otherwise, working in such a renowned school is like next to impossible. And during that time only, I got a chance to meet Veena Ma, and I started attending Sai Amritwani at her place. And there, Baba gave her the message that I have to sing. And after reciting Amritwani, she told me, Baba is giving me an intuition that you have to sing bhajans after Sai Amritwani recitation. And I started singing bhajans after the prayers. And gradually, I got to know that this is giving such a bliss to me, as well as to those who are listening to my bhajans. They used to come and praise so much. It all goes to Baba, because Baba was doing everything for me. And that's how my journey started with singing. प्रभु दर्शन का सौभाग्य मिले सुखकारा, बोलो जय साईं राम, जय साईं राम, आदि अंत तुम्हारा, तुम्हें श्रद्धा नमन हमारा, तुम्हें श्रद्धा नमन हमारा. Baba gave me a chance to visit Shirdi more and more. Like every year, I used to go 4 times to Shirdi. And when I went to Shirdi for the first time during Kakad Aarti, like we were sitting outside waiting to enter Samadhi Mandir. At that time, the entry used to be through Gurusthan. And when we were sitting there, all of our friends, they forced me to sing, and Baba gave me a chance to sing there as well. And it was such a bliss to sing there. People around me, they started clapping, and they were again singing with me. And that's how Baba welcomed me to Shirdi. And when I entered in, and then when I looked at Baba, it was like a blissful sight for me, as if this is a paradise. and I don't want to go beyond that. And when Aarti got over, and I asked Baba intensely, Baba, what is the purpose of my life? Because after every Kakar Aarti, the priest, they sing bhajans, and they sang this Gale bhajan, Ho ja magan. So this was a clear indication through Baba to me to sing bhajans, and that is the only purpose of my life. मेरा ये मन मेरा ये तन मेरा कन कन समर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव चरणों पर सुमन श्रद्धा समर्पित है तेरी ही दे Baba called me to Shirdi on New Year, and it was such a blissful sight to see people singing there, and even I had a desire to sing. And my friend, they were asked me, they forced me to sing, and without thinking about anything, I sat on the street outside Dwarka Mai, and I started singing there. The dogs were sleeping with me, and like a kind of person I was initially was like very scared of dogs. But after reading Shri Sai Sacharitra, Baba made me learn, through his teachings, I got to know how Baba used to feed the animals and the creatures. So, that love was there. I could feel that love energy at that time for all the beings sitting there, and I started singing. It was such a touching, the people, they were listening to me, and they were like dancing and clapping with me. So I was emotional at that time that I am sitting in Shirdi. It doesn't make any difference where I am sitting, because it's Baba Shirdi, and I could feel Baba there. And Baba gave me a chance to sing. That is what he did, and fulfilled my desire of singing. तेरी ही देन है जो है वही तुझको समर्पित है मेरे गुरुदेव. So now I was looking for the chance, more and more chance to sing at Shirdi, and this time I was called to Shirdi on Ranami day. I was there, and I prayed to Baba that, Baba, please, I want to sing for you, and it was coming from within, and it was a very intense feeling. So, and that too in Samadhi Mandir. So this is something like which the prayer was such a impossible thing, because singing in Samadhi Mandir on that day and otherwise also it's not possible. I went to like Mukhdwar. I sat there. I was just thinking and praying to Baba, and suddenly a boy arrived. He was around 13, 14 years old. He started looking at me with such love, and when he was looking at me, I looked at him and I asked him that, why are you looking at me like this? And he said that you resemble with my mother, and my mother is no more. So that love, again, like the love for that boy was so much, and I felt that connection, because he had something in his eyes, and he was wearing an attire which Samadhi mandir priests they wear, and he was wearing the same attire. And when I asked him that, how come you are wearing this robe? So he said, I'm a priest of Samadhi Mandir. So, as I was very much unaware of these things, so I believed him. And he asked me suddenly, do you want to sing? I was taken aback. How does he know that I want to sing? And I told him, yes, I want to sing. So he told me, okay, start singing. I'm listening to you. And I started singing without realizing about my desire, about the prayer which I did to Baba few hours back. And this boy is asking me to sing. And I sang, and then he said, oh, you sing beautifully. And then I gave my love to him, and the same was given by him to me. And I left that place, and when I looked back, he was looking at me continuously. When I came out, I talked to my spiritual brother about priests that like do they have priests of this age, and he said it's next to impossible. It's not possible because 13, 14 years old child, how is that possible? So that's how I realized that it was Baba who gave me darshan and fulfilled my desire of singing there itself in Samadhi Mandir. लाखों करोड़ों हाथों वाले, लाखों करोड़ों हाथों वाले, मेरी लाज बचाना बाबा, सबकी लाज बचाना बाबा, मेरी रक्षा करना साईं, मेरी रक्षा करना। मुझसा कोई पापी तेरे दर पे ना आया होगा, मुझसा कोई पापी तेरे दर पे ना आया होगा, और जो आया होगा। It's human nature when God gives you like bless you with something. It's you start feeling that it's all done by me, but and it happened with me also. I started I didn't get to know, but I started having this feeling of comparison with others, that I'm singing better, and somehow that ego started generating within me. And then Baba tested me, because I realized after some time that I'm not able to sing high pitched bhajans. And then again, I felt there is something, some major thing happening related to my health. And then I got few tests done, and I got to know that I'm suffering from thyroid. And this was such a lesson to me, because uh, singing was everything to me now. And Baba, uh, through this thyroid problem, he showed me this is not you who is singing, this is me who is making you sing. And then I prayed to Baba, Baba, please give back my voice, because otherwise my life is useless. And during that time, I visited Shirdi, and there in Sai Temple only, I met someone, and he's a medium of Baba, and he called me and he said that why are you so worried? So I was in tears, and he told me that you're worried because you have thyroid problem. So like it was so surprising for me, and he told me that it's fine, there is nothing with you. So, and he told me one thing more. He said that Baba, when he was in human form, he was having asthma. So, being God, even he suffered from so many things. Then where we stand. So, this was the biggest lesson I learned in my life, that I have to be aware 24 into 7 that it's not my voice, it's Baba Sai's voice, and I should be always in state of gratitude. After this incident, I went to Samadhi Mandir, and I was looking at Baba, and again I was asking about thyroid, and I was asking Baba, Baba, the person who met me, was he right? And whatever he mentioned was right, that I don't have any problem. And suddenly, this God standing there, he gave me something in my hand, and when I looked at it, it was peda. So this was that indication through Baba that I don't have any problem. And when I was back from Shiri, I got all my tests done, and there was no thyroid in my report. I was like so happy that how Baba test you and make you realize each and every moment. इतनी बातें क्या जानूं, इतनी बातें क्या जानूं. Okay. On my recent visit to Shirdi, I again got a beautiful experience through Baba. Like we were sitting in Dwarka, and suddenly my friend, who is an intimate devotee of Baba, she told me that I'm getting a very strong message from Baba that you have to sing today at Dwarka Mai for Baba. So I didn't have any doubt, because whatever Baba says is like like I never doubt, because of so many experiences I had in my life. And at night, after doing Shej Aarti, suddenly she told me to sing. And I started singing in a very low tone because I didn't want anyone to get disturbed with my singing. But people sitting around me, they came near to me and they told me to sing more and more, more and more. And I was in bliss, I was in a different zone. And suddenly this guard came inside when he heard my voice and he said, "Ma'am, you're not allowed to sing because Baba is sleeping." And he was in that anger mood. And when he was objecting to my singing, these people, they scolded him back and told him not to stop me from singing, because it's all Baba's wish, and even they want to listen to me. And there I felt that when it's Baba's command, when it's Baba's will, no one can ever stop you from doing anything. मेरा आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है, मेरा आपकी दया से सब काम हो रहा है. So now Baba has actually encouraged me and motivated me to do more science sandhyas, and even like my most of the time is busy in singing, because he has asked me to practice more and more, and that is the ultimate goal of my life. When Baba comes in our life, Baba give his dear children to us in many forms. Like the domestic help, my domestic help started having Baba's dreams, and she started feeling Baba's presence in her life. And in one of the dream, because she has epilepsy problem, so she can't go anywhere. And without seeing Shady, she had a dream of Shady, and she mentioned me everything that that she saw Baba sitting at Gurusthan under neem tree and holding satka and chimta in his hands and dancing. And he told her that I feel very happy when Jyoti sing these two bhajans. Those are Thoda Dhyan Laga and Bhiksha De De Mai. थोड़ा ध्यान लगा, थोड़ा ध्यान लगा, बाबा दौड़े दौड़े आएंगे, थोड़ा ध्यान लगा, थोड़ा ध्यान लगा, साईं दौड़े दौड़े आएंगे, तुझे गले से लगाएंगे, अखियां मन की खोल, अखियां मन की खोल, तुझको दर्शन वो कराएंगे, अखियां मन की खोल.